Hi all, this is the part 2 of two-dimensional array. Today we will discuss how to initialize a two-dimensional array. For initializing a two-dimensional array, we will have two methods. At first, we will consider this example, that is int a 2, 3, that is equal to, inside a curly bracket we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here the int represents the data type of the elements present in the two-dimensional array. A represents the array name of the two-dimensional array. This 2 represents the number of rows present in the two-dimensional array. And this 3 represents number of columns present in the two-dimensional array. Then inside the curly bracket we will have the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the elements of the two-dimensional array. In that 1, 2, 3 are the elements of row 0 and 4, 5, 6 they are the elements of row 1. But the problem of this method is a little bit confusing. That is, we can't understand who will be the elements of row 0 and who are the elements of row 1. So for solving this confusion, we goes to method 2. In method 2, consider the same example, that is int a 2, 3, that is equal to, inside a curly bracket, we will open another curly bracket. Inside that, we will have the elements 1, 2, 3. These are the elements of row 0. Then we will close that curly bracket. Then we will put a comma. Then we will open another curly bracket. Inside that we will have the elements 4, 5, 6. This 4, 5 and 6, they are the elements of row 1. Then we will close that curly bracket. Then we will close the firstly open curly bracket. The advantage of this method is, by using this method, we can easily understand who are the elements of row 0 and who are the elements of row 1. Next is how to store data in a two-dimensional array through console. For storing data in a two-dimensional array, we need the help of nested for loop. So here we will have two for loops. The first for loop is used for pointing row. So the condition written inside the first for loop is I equal to 0, then I less than row size, then I plus plus. Then after that, we move to the second for loop. So the condition written in the second for loop is j is equal to 0, j less than column size, then j plus plus. So with the help of these two for loops, we can point a particular memory location in the two-dimensional array. So after these two for loops, the control will come to the scanf section. We know that with the help of a scanf function, we can easily store a data in a two-dimensional array. So for explain the storing action of two-dimensional array, we need an example. So consider an example, that is A, 2, 3. Here the A is the array name and 2 is the row size and 3 is the column size. So consider our nested for loop, that is, this is the first for loop. So inside the first for loop, the condition we written is I is equal to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus. Here this 2 represents the row size of the two-dimensional array A. Then we move to the second for loop, that is, the condition we written inside the second for loop is j equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. Here the 3 is the column size of the two-dimensional array A. Then after that, the control will come to the scanf section. So for explaining the storing action, we need to iterate this particular code. So we will start from the first for loop onwards. So in the first for loop, inside the first for loop, at first we initialize I, that is I is equal to 0. Then after that, the condition checks will happen, that is I less than 2. Now our I is equal to 0, so 0 less than 2. That means that condition is true. So the control will come to second for loop. Inside the second for loop, at first the initialization of j will take place, that is j is equal to 0. Then after that, the condition check. Now our j is equal to 0. The condition is j less than 3. That means 0 less than 3. That condition is true. So the control will come to the scanf section. Now our I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0. That means this section will point the first memory location, that is A00. So inside this A00 memory location, we will put a value. That value is 4. So after that process, the incrementation of j will take place. Now our j is equal to 1. Then the condition check will take place. So j less than 3. That means 1 less than 3. So that condition is true. So again the control will come to the scanf section. Now the memory location pointing here is A01. So inside that memory location, we will store the value 5. Again incrementation of j section will take place. Now our j is equal to 2. Then the condition check, that is j less than 3. That means 2 less than 3. So that condition is true. So again we come to a scanf section. Here the memory location pointed there is A02. So inside this memory location we will put a value. That value is 6. After that again incrementation of j will take place. Now our j is equal to 3. Then the condition check, that is 3 less than 3. That condition is not true. So what happens is the control will come to the first for loop. Here the incrementation of I will take place. Before the incrementation, the value of I is 0. After the incrementation, the I value will be comes to 1. Then the condition checks will take place. That is, now our value of I is equal to 1. So 1 less than 2. This condition is true. Then what happens? The control comes to the second for loop. So inside the second for loop, again initialization of j will comes to 0. And after that, the checking condition will take place. The checking condition will be true. And what happens? The control will comes here. Now our I value will be equal to 1 and j value will be equal to 0. That means this memory location will be pointed. Then the data stored in the memory location will be 7. So this process will continue. Then at last, all the memory location will be filled with a particular values. So next is how to print data from the two-dimensional array. Similar to the data storing action of the two-dimensional array, here also we need the help of nested for loop. So this will be the first for loop. The first for loop is used for pointing row. The condition we return inside the first for loop is I equal to 0, I less than row size, I plus plus. Then this will be the second for loop. The second for loop is used for pointing column. The condition we return inside the second for loop is j is equal to 0, j less than column size, then j plus plus. So after these two for loops, the control will comes to the printf section. So with the help of nested for loop and a printf function, we can easily print data from the two-dimensional array. The next is we goes to a program. So the program I am going to discuss here is write a program in C to add any two 3 into 3 matrix. For returning this program, we need the help of 3 matrix. So this will be the first matrix. The name of the first matrix is mat133. And this will be the second matrix. The name of the second matrix is mat233. And this will be the third matrix. The name of the third matrix is mat333. So what is the meaning of this 3 is here all the 3 matrices will have row size 3 and column size 3. So all the 3 matrices we used here is a 3 into 3 matrix. In that the first and second matrix are used for storing data and the third matrix is used for storing the result. That means the data present in the similar memory location of first matrix and second matrix will be added and the result will be stored in the same memory location of the third matrix. That means consider the first memory location of first matrix and the second matrix. So in the first memory location, the data present in there is 1 and in the case of the matrix 2, the data present there is 9. So the addition of 1 and 9 will take place and the result will be 10. That 10 will be stored inside the first memory location of the third matrix. Then similarly, the other addition of other memory data present in the other memory locations will be takes place. So next we goes to the code of this particular program. So in that, the first and second lines, these are the header files, and we move to the void main section. Then inside that we will do the declaration of the theme matrix. So int mat133, this is the declaration of the first matrix. Then mat233, this is the declaration of the second matrix. Then mat333, this is the declaration of the third matrix. Then at first, the data filling action of the first matrix takes place. So here we need the two for loops. The first one is used for pointing row, and second for loop is used for pointing column of the first matrix. Then we need the help of a scanf. So with the help of this two for loop and scanf function, the data filling action of the first matrix will be takes place. Then why we are putting 3 here is the row size and the column size of all the metrics we used here is 3. Then next, this is the data filling action. This code is used for data filling of matrix 2. So here also we use 2 for loops and a scanf function. So after filling the data in matrix 1 and matrix 2, we will do the addition operation. So here also we need the help of 2 for loops, the first for loop, and this will be the second for loop. So the statement we used for the addition operation is mat3ij, that is equal to mat1ij plus mat2ij. So after that addition operation, we have to print the data present in the third matrix. So for that also we need the help of 2 for loops. This is the first for loop and this will be the second for loop, and also we use the help of the printf function. So with the help of this 2 for loop and a printf function, we can easily print the data present in the third matrix. So this will be the output we get while we are running the program. So this is the end of the two-dimensional array section. I hope all of you understand the section. Then please try out these programs.